It is bright and early because it is reading draft 3 day. So I'm working on my debut novel. I've basically given it about 6 weeks since I finished draft 2, and now today we are just going to do a complete read through. I am not allowed to touch my keyboard. I can simply just read the entire book, and then I'm going to take notes of anything that I see. Mainly right now it's going to be like big plot points or like emotions, because that's what I'm going to kind of focus on in this draft. I can literally feel my author dreams becoming a reality right now. Like that's like literally what's happening. Oh, okay, so we're gonna start reading, okay? Are you helping me too? We finished our read. It is 4:37 p.m. and it went so much better than I thought. There's no like stupid crazy plot holes. There are a handful of things that I'll kind of like finesse, and there's 2 scenes that I'm going to add, but I have like the word count space for it. And then most of it is just going to be like getting into each chapter and like just bringing it a bit more to life and like more emotion, like kind of just adding depth, I think. But all of like the plot points, the pacing, like that's solid. I am beyond excited. Like, oh my gosh. Can you not? So now that I've finished reading, I have all my notes. Here's what I'm going to be doing in the month of November in order to just keep the ball rolling and get this draft done. Personally, I've never written a novel before, so I know that there's like a saying that like most novels get anywhere from like 3 to 5 drafts, and so I definitely am going to have a 4th draft and maybe even a 5th just on different elements because I don't want to overwhelm myself. So for this one, I know for a fact that I want to add 2 scenes. Right now my draft is at 94,000 words. It's a young adult fantasy novel, so I feel like around 100,000 is where my ballpark word count is. I left it at 94,000 because I didn't want to force anything, and I knew that reading through I'll be able to add a few things if I had a bit more of a word count. I mean, word count isn't everything. It's all about just like the actual story, fleshing it out, developing everything, yada yada yada. But I feel good about the 2 kind of scenes that I want, and it's not like scenes that are going to like domino affect the entire book. It's just going to add to the chapter. And then there was actually one chapter that I was kind of like, what were we doing here? So that one I feel like just needs to be finessed a lot. I don't think it's a rewrite by any means. Like I know what's in it is going to happen. It's just kind of like filler, and I'm like, okay, we need to maybe add a couple things into this one. But overall, I'm actually so excited. I can't believe it. Okay, anyways, moving on. So we're going to be editing 3 days a week. I want to just get back into the rhythm of opening my manuscript. Previously, like I used to open my manuscript every single day and like force myself to write words. This was during draft 1, so like you have to actually write the novel. So now that I already have everything written and I'm just kind of doing some of the just edits here, let me get my... And so I took notes. I wasn't allowed to type in my laptop because I was going to genuinely probably rewrite everything if I allowed myself to type on my computer while I was editing. But I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh my gosh, 8, 9, 10 pages of notes while I was reading. I did them by chapter. There's just like small little instances where like at the beginning of the chapter, one of the characters left the store, but then at the end it references them leaving again. So like it's like just tiny little things like that I'll have to tweak. And it's naming things. So actually in my drafts what I do is if I don't know a name for something, I'll literally just put 3 X's, like X, 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 and bold it. So there are a handful of those that I'll have to go through and actually just like pick names. So like that's kind of some of the edits that I'll have to do. Chapter 13, the note that I took was good. And then the other thing is just to make sure that the character developments actually make sense. And I know for a fact that obviously me reading it makes sense because I know absolutely everything about this book in my head. And so the next step for me after draft 3 is probably going to be beta readers. Also, there were a handful of spelling errors, there were some grammatical stuff, but that's going to be in a later draft. Like I don't care if I put a you instead of a your right now. That's just where I'm at in this draft. So no concern there. But basically, the game plan is going to be to write those 2 scenes first, the ones that I wanted to do, just pop them in where I want them. And then after that, I'm just going to go through each chapter note and cross them off. I think that's like just the most simplest way of writing or of doing this draft. And also I'm one of the writers who, like, I feel like I must write chronologically. I've always struggled with this because sometimes I'll jump ahead to a different scene, but then I struggle with connecting it because I didn't actually like figure out the logistics of how people are going to get there, and then I just feel like I don't connect the scenes properly. So I am definitely somebody who writes consecutively, which is why I'm going to edit consecutively other than the 2 scenes, because these scenes are kind of like, I can visualize them so easily, and I'm actually really excited to write them. We're gonna be done draft 3. I personally, like, if I say it out loud, I probably won't hit it, but I kind of want to finish this draft by the end of the year. It's November 3rd while I'm filming this, and that's basically 8 weeks left in 2024. If I were to edit 2 to 3 days a week, November will for sure be 3 days a week, but December might be 2, just holidays and everything that comes with it. So this was a really like short check-in type video, but I do want to do more about my writing on this channel and kind of document the journey. I did make a video about like finishing my first draft almost a year and a bit ago, I think now, and it was kind of just everything that I did for finishing my first draft. But my first draft was bad. Like, first draft is a first draft, and we are well on our way to completing this first novel, and I am beyond excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Dreams are coming true, guys. This is so much fun. Like, I want to just like take this moment and be like, to future you, when you sign your traditional book deal, I want you to think of this moment, sitting in this room and telling yourself like you just started your 3rd draft, but what, in a year, in 2 years, you were signing a book deal. So that's everything I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want more writing content or any other details about my novel, drop it down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!